Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Celeb back again to do another review. This time around, I'm reviewing The Order 1886, brought to you by Ready at Dawn Studios and Sony Santa Monica. Now, this is one of those games that, before it was even released, it was getting hated on by the games industry, the games community. There was a YouTuber that released a video that was 5 hours to 6 hours long. Supposedly, it was the entire game, and it got taken down very quickly. And obviously, I think any game, depending on the game, it really just depends on you as the gamer. Are you going to go around, are you going to look at the detail of the world, are you going to try and rush through it? Because I myself, I did not rush through the game. It actually took me about 4 to 5 days to beat the title. I beat it on the 26th, and I've had it since the 20th, so it took me about 6 days, which is a little bit longer, or which is a little bit shorter than most games, I agree. But you know, there was a big problem with this whenever the awesome PlayStation 3 launch title, which it did get pushed back, released as well, Heavenly Sword. Whenever it released, graphically, it was unbelievable. One of the best games, I still think, to ever launch for the PlayStation 3. It was completely underrated, overshadowed, and a lot of people just hated on the game because it was short, because it was like 8 hours long, you know. Dude, if you really think about the amount of time of a game's, like the time of a game's length, look at some of the games that we used to play. I understand it's a completely different genre, completely different storytelling at the time being. But think about Super Nintendo. Whenever you really think about, you know, games with you know, long stories, even Castlevania back in the day, yeah, there was a good little chunk of story, but it wasn't like 16 hours long to 20-something hours long of gameplay. You know, if you were a really good gamer back in the day, you could sit down and beat one of these games in like a day or 2 days time. You know, so when you really think about it, I myself, I don't look at the length of a game, I look at the experience that I had while playing the title. One of the games that were hated on upon this too as well was Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes whenever it launched. Yeah, I do think the price tag on it was a little too high whenever it originally was announced, but it got dropped down to about $39.99 or $29.99 whenever it finally released. And I thought, for what I did, for all the missions that were out there, the DLC that came out later on, I thought it was a pretty good experience. This, on the other hand, I think it's a fantastic experience. Do I think it's a little overpriced? Yes, I do. $64.94 after tax here in Texas. That's a good chunk of money to kind of spend on a game that's only about, really, when you think about it, it's about 8 hours long. And at this point in time, there's no DLC support. There's no upgradable weapons. There's no co-op. There's no multiplayer. But you know what? I don't care about multiplayer, and I said that in my Wolfenstein review that I did, which Wolfenstein, in my opinion, I gave it Game of the Year this last year because it was a fantastic experience. I don't think every game needs multiplayer, and I definitely don't think this game needed multiplayer. It was more of a cinematic experience than it was anything to me. I really feel that this game was one of the games that kind of showcased what the PlayStation 4 can do graphically. And Ready at Dawn did a damn good job doing it, with this actually being their first console game. So I'm serious, I give Ready at Dawn and I give Ready at Dawn and Sony Santa Monica a big round of applause. Amazing title, great story. The only thing I was a little disappointed about, which I will not give a spoiler to, was the ending. It didn't really end the way I wanted it to end, but you know, I'm not the one creating the game, so but the overall experience as of gunplay was fantastic. The weapons, the alternate, you know, universe to where it was kind of more of like a steampunk-esque London. And like I said, the graphics, like you can see right now in the video that you're watching, I have a little bit of a bigger advantage. My television that I just recently picked up is a 4K television. It completely up-reses everything, and also has another switch on it to where you get full 60 frames per second, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and it was unbelievable to play this game on a 4K television. Like, it blew my mind. Now, I will say, there were a few things about the game that I did not like. I thought there might have been a few too many kind of cutscene chapters. Like, there were some times that you didn't really even know you were in a chapter until you came upon it. Like, whenever you look, you're like, oh, that was the chapter. Okay, so it was like an entire cutscene. There was a few little interactive moments here and there, but that was about it, you know. So that was a little upsetting to me. But outside of that, my overall experience with this game was fantastic. And I know that some people are probably going to hate on me for doing this, but if you're a PlayStation fan like I am, if you are a lover of cinematic experiences, you will agree with me on this. I am giving this a buy. I definitely think you guys should check it out before you hate on it. Try it out before you hate on it, because it's a beautiful experience and it's something that everybody needs to see. Now, like I said, I do feel that they could have worked a little bit more on a few things here and there with like the actual gameplay. They could have made a few more sections of the game actual gameplay instead of these cutscenes. But I'm serious. Like, I'm going to go back and play it because I want to experience it again with some of the DLC and some of the stuff I got from GameStop with the upgraded weapons and whatever else. So anyways, guys, I really think you should check this out. Like I said, I'm giving it a buy. Make sure to check us out at secondopinionpod.com for the latest and greatest gaming news, previews, and much more. Check out Jen and Toaster McGee from the 16-Bit Assassins. They're going to be going and covering PAX East. So make sure to check her out at PhoenixFire2912 and Toaster_McGee on Twitter. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace out.